Michael here again. Welcome back to Utopia³. I said that nearly wrong. Things look a little bit different. I have upgraded my Faithful 32 resource pack from a vanilla one to a Feed the Beast one, because we've got pretty much the same mods. So I'm using a Feed the Beast one off the Feed the Beast forums. You can find it in the resource pack section of the Feed the Beast forums if I forget to add it to the video description. So things look a little bit different. UE looks a little bit different, as you can see there. And this thermal expansion looks slightly different. That looks kind of weird. I don't know if I like that better or worse, but so a couple of things I want to get on with to start this episode. One of them is I've set up this little drum system. Now I've done one for the fuel. I'm going to set one up on camera for the mob essence. So I'm quite happy with this has worked out. I think it's working. That's over 3/4 full. Almost nearly full. Okay. I'll get on with that in just a minute. What I want to do first, just want to mention this to you here. Now, laser crafting, these guys just constantly draw power, so the bigger your system you get with these, the more power they draw. Nice little cute system I set up for this, for automating. You can automate these quite easy with applied logistics. What I've got is, I've just got a basic structure pipe there with a gate on it, and the gate is set to work scheduled redstone signal. Then next to that, I've got my power coming underneath there in a Ender IO conduit, as you can see there, feeding power into this hardened energy cell, and the energy cell is set to enabled high. So that means the energy cell will only put out power when it's got a redstone signal, and this will only put out a redstone signal when there's work for things for the assembly table to do. So if there's nothing in here, then power don't go to them, so power don't drain. It's nice when I quite like it, especially when you get more and more lasers, because it draws more and more power. Right, there we go. This is kind of automated. It's not 100% automated. Now, it's automated as long as the things that you put in here are selected on this side to make what you want. So, for example, all I've got underneath here, by the way, just run over and look, is all you need underneath there is ME interface connected to your ME network. Now, ME interface has the ability to add processing recipes. So if I was to craft some iron block facades, they'd send straight to there. Because I've got that recipe selected in the assembly table to be active, then it would work. Now, let's just make a different one. Let's just make, for example, let's just make one for a gate. So for a gate, I just need, I haven't got any gates. Let's have a look. I've got an iron and gate. What was this guy made? Redstone and a iron pipe wire. I want to make a redstone chipset. Let's have to make one first, just so I can make the pattern. So I'm going to throw one in here. You see, as soon as I throw one in there, this should. No, look. If I throw one in there and this isn't selected, it hasn't got work scheduled, so that needs to be selected. That puts a redstone signal on, which releases the power, so that can work. Now, this is the bit that I want about it needs to be selected. Now, if that's not selected, the power won't come on. So if I put anything in the crafting portion of the ME interface, if it's not selected in this side, it still won't work, but it's kind of automated. So I could select something and have to run over here to put the materials in, as long as I've got the pattern in there. I just need to make sure it's selected to work here. Oh, that makes sense. And then when the item's done, because the ME interface acts as an interface, as a chest, it drops the item in there, turns the power off, and the item ends up in my ME network. Wonderful. So that's kind of nice. What I've done with the barrel then is, so I've got this system set up here. Now, I have actually got it turned off, and it's turned off on these autonomous activators. It's turned off because it requires a low signal, yeah? And they're both the same. The difference between these two is, there's a couple of differences. One is this one puts in full fuel box. So the ME interface here will export a full fuel block. This will regulate, so there's one full, I keep saying fuel block, but the fuel drums, they're called fire blocks, so I don't know why in our version, but should be called a drum. So let me just run you through this. I'm going to make one anyway for this side, but basically what we've got is autonomous activator and a terrain smasher. What the autonomous activator does with a right click is place a barrel when it needs to. What the terrain smasher does with a redstone signal, because I've got these set to high, is once that gets a redstone signal, it will break that block, suck that block into the system. The item duct sucks it back into the ME interface, which puts it into the ME network. Make sense? So with this side, we've got an exported full drum. We've got a regulator there set to keep one full drum in the autonomous activator. The autonomous activator will place drums as long as there's less than 8 drums in the network, and that's what I'm going to show you in a minute. This is just a structure pipe with a gate, and when the tank is empty, redstone signal. So this is my fuel out. This is connected to all the engines. So if this gets empty, that signal fires, turns that red alloy wire on, which turns this on, which pulls the empty drum away, leaving space for another full drum to get placed by that. And this one's just the other way around. So this one is an empty drum in there, an empty drum regulated into the activator, and then this one, rather than look for empty condition, this is looking for full condition. So that one, if this drum gets full, then that'll fire, it'll break the drum, and a fresh empty one will get placed there. Now I mentioned 8 barrels. That's because I've got a little bit of fine control on it. I have got it set under here with a level emitter, ME level emitter. So see 8 full drums of fuel, and if there's 8 full drums of fuel, then these redstone signals stay on. So this system will only work if there's less than 8 full drums of fuel in my ME network. If we look in here, look at fire blocks, because of that weirdness, you can see I've actually got 12 full drums of fuel in there. So I'm just maintaining a level, so I'm not really running I could run it all the time, but I could end up with like a stack of fuel drums. Don't really need that. So as much as I could run it all the time, I'd rather not use all my steel for it. Now that is actually quite clever. If it runs out of drums, it'll actually self-craft itself. It'll craft itself a drum, which I didn't know they auto-crafted. But because the pattern is in the ME network, when I didn't have enough drums there, it was just crafting drums for me. So it looks like the ME interface is crafting drums there, which I didn't know about. That's what it seems to be the case anyway. But yeah, so in there at the minute, 12. When that gets full, that one that's filling up there, one of them's wrong. I always need that one on, don't I? Because if that's only going to put a full drum there, when, yep, I have got that set wrong. I actually need to take that back out. That's wrong. That on my fuel out, that can come out. That wants to be on all the time, that one. So that will always try and put a full drum there, so that can come out as well. And then won't replace it with a couple of iron blocks again. I had messed that up. That was wrong. What was going to happen then was, because there's more than 8 drums in the system, that wouldn't have replaced the drum, and all my fuel would have run out. Oh, but my engines would have run out of fuel because they wouldn't have got a replacement drum put in. So on the out, I don't need one. It's on the in that I need one. Yeah. So on the in, this will keep me a stock of 8 full drums in the ME network, and so when that one gets full, look, it's nearly full. When that one gets full, this should pull it away, and it shouldn't actually put down another empty until the level drops below 8. Whereas that's always going to put them down whenever it needs one. Because if it doesn't put them down, then the engines would run out, the dynamos would run out. So yeah, that's right. That's right. Cool. So there we go. Nice little contained system for switching drums in and out. This side, all we've got is, instead of having a drum here now, or multiple drums, we have got the ME P2P tunnel. Now this tunnel, so this input here is linked to the one underneath here. Best look underneath, it's easier. So that one was, I shift click that one with the remote memory card thing, and I've linked that to this one. So this puts fuel into that drum. So I've got a transfer node, liquid transfer node there, putting fuel into that, and then this one is taking fuel out of that drum. So you see that one See the way them two nodes are different, them transfer nodes. I found the transfer node was the easiest thing to do this. Liquid ducts, you need to hit with a wrench to make it output. Transfer nodes will always just output, so I can move the drum and it doesn't affect anything. With liquid ducts from thermal expansion, for example, every time you move the drum, you have to reset the liquid duct to, well, this side certainly. You have to reset the liquid duct. With these, you don't have to. That'll stay true. So that one. So this one connected here, this is what is now connected to all the dynamos. So this is connected to the front left and the back right of each of these, putting fuel into all the dynamos. So that is how we've got that set up. So actually, rolling dynamos full of fuel. No, because there's no pipes. Cool. Of course. So they won't fill up with fuel yet until I put liquid ducts on here, which I are going to put on until we get our update on the expansion. So I've got a massive amount of power when we get an update, because as I've mentioned about 84 times, the max is going to be 88 RF a tick, so 8 MG a tick out of each of these dynamos. So that's a nice little tidier system there. No drums over here. That's just making oil as it needs it. This is going to stop pretty soon, as long as that's full, until it's burnt through 4 barrels. So I'm waiting for that to kind of fill up. So I'm going to do the same thing for liquid fuel. Now I've got an idea for downstairs as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a load of dirt. I'm fairly sure them mutant creepers are 3 blocks tall. So if I actually put... I'll say I don't think I need them things. If I just do the top layer of these for now, while we've got mutant creatures in. Yeah. Look like they're at me even though I'm not on them. That's why I don't think I need them for this. In fact, I'm fairly sure I don't. I'll tell you what, I'll leave some in. There we go. Get away. You can see I've not tidied that up. I never put facades on the side there, because when this is all sealed up you can't even see in there. I might have to tidy that up. I don't know how OCD I am about it. What I can do, I think, is if I put in a row of dirt along the top there, it'll mean there's only 2 high spawning space, and I'm fairly sure them big creepers are 3 height. So that should stop them big mutant creepers spawning. It'll mean no endermen spawn either, but it should let me start collecting mob essence again. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to fill the top of each of these with them. Yeah, I'm fairly confident I don't need them. What do you reckon? I mentioned it last time, no one commented. I don't know if anyone else got an opinion on it. As far as I understand it, the more hit points a mob's got, the more mob essence it'll generate. So I want the grinder to do all the damage, not them. So yeah, I think I'll take them out. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut the camera a sec and I will put in the dirt into the other 6 of these, and we'll turn it on and see if anything blows up. Back in a bit. Okay then, took all the punji sticks out, put all the dirt in. Should be able to turn this on now. And I broke something. Why you broke? Huh. Now, I wonder if this is wireless redstone being screwy. Because that should be working. Let's have a look in here. Oh, apparently someone also told me, thank you very much, that these actually don't need darkness. You found these in the dark, but apparently these don't need darkness. I thought these needed darkness, but all the other orberry bushes need darkness. That's set to 4001. Is that actually clicking that, actually triggering that? Let's have a look. I can't actually see both, can I? Get off me. So that's triggering. Nothing's happening. So we're looking at it. Break you and you. And you and you. 4001. Nothing happening. Strange, eh? That's clearly the same thing. So let's turn it to that and then back. Let's turn this to that, and then back. And then let's see. How it works. Very odd. Will the grinder still kill him? Yes, cool. The grinder will still kill mobs even that are down there. That's good. So even though that's 2 blocks lower. So yeah, wireless redstone. I think that's the same thing I've seen in Resident Rise when we connected before, that it just didn't want to work. So I had to place and break and replace. Well, no, I think I broke and replaced before, but it looks like you just have to change the channel. Change the channel and back. So that's something you need to be aware of if you are using wireless redstone. I'm guessing that's on a server restart, 'cause I thought we'd updated, but I don't think we have. I thought we'd updated to get rid of the snow, but it's still snowing. So I don't actually think we've updated yet, so let's put that back. This should all work now. And because I had to reset all this, I have to make sure this is set right. So because I had to reset all this, this should all be... Look, I haven't finished. Okay, so that one's not ready to go. I need more data in there. Which one's that? 1, 2, 3. That's number 4. Turn it off again. And there comes the issue. Because it started spreading, it's made a mess of stuff. Oops. So we'll sort this out. A bit of quick tidy as you go, you know. So what we got in here? We've got 5 there, 5 there, 5 of them, 3, 4, 5, and 4, 5. It's right in it. 5. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was the only one that was wrong. Now, unfortunately, more are wrong. So I need to fix these ones as well now. Right, I'll be back when I've done that. Let's get all these fixed and we'll try again. Okay, I think I'm repaired. Let's try that again. So they all should be dark and they all should have 1 strip at the minute. Of course, once this care staff is spread out enough, that should no longer be a problem, yeah? Because it's only a problem because the care staff's got nowhere to go. Because it's only a problem because there's 2 different, there's care staff and normal air trying to go into a normal drawbridge. Once the care staff spread to all 25 blocks in there, just from the 5 in the middle, that should all be fine. So I guess I am safe from explosion. I better light mage spawns now I've said that. But that should start collecting me mob essence again. So what I need to do now then is I need to go and create a barrel system for the mob essence. Now what have we got here then? We've got... This is the stuff coming in, is that right? That's the stuff going out. So I've got... At the minute, I've got 2 different colour ender tanks. That should be changed to... Well, that's going to stay as 2 still. Yep. So, whereas here, I've got the P2P things. Oh look, that barrel filled up. Cool. So that barrel's full up. This fuel's got nowhere to go. So this should run till that's full and then that's full. Then it should stop once that gets full. It's not going anywhere yet, so where's it going? Where are you going? Ah, I know where it might be going. It might be filling this up. It is, look, there we go. So the fuel at the minute's filling that up. Once that gets to 8 buckets worth, so 8 buckets get held in the transfer node. Once that gets full, that should start backing up. First it'll fill the pipe, and then it'll fill that up, then it should stop. Wonderful. So I need to remind myself what I've done with these. That, I think, should be filling up from down there now. I ain't got it pumping out, so that's good. So if I have it pumping out, I'll go into the barrel. The barrel is under a quarter full. So I want to do this. I want to do the same with this, you know. So I'll tell you what, I'll make sure this is going up. I'm sure my whaler on Resident Rise actually tells me the contents of them, but maybe a setting in whaler. I'll have a look at that as well. Back in a bit. Right then, how are things going down here? It looks like it's pretty much spread out, I think. It looks very dark in there, I can barely see it, so I'm sure you've got no chance I think everything's pretty spread out in there. Now, there is still a chance that in each of these 5x5 areas, if a light mage, a creeper, and a skeleton all spawn, then I say that was like light mage there, I think. Then there could be an explosion. I think it should be okay. Should be okay. This ain't growing anymore since it's been light, so still 100% sure on if that's light based or not. So let's go back up here then. As you can see, this is taken the drum because it was full and it hadn't done any more. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change this to, and it's set for 8, which is 2 million millibuckets or 2,000 buckets. I'm actually going to set it for 20, which will be 5,000 buckets. So I'm going to change that for 20. So you just heard there a new barrel get placed. So a new barrel got placed, and this should start draining down and start up again. That's drained down and started up again. Wonderful, that had filled up and backed up. So this will keep going down until there's 20 buckets of 20 barrels of fuel in the system. I think 20 is a safer thing. Just Nicholas looking for the window. So right, the next thing then, this filled up, so this is working alright. I'm getting mob essence, so I've put it on to put fuel in there for now, and I've got everything I need to start up here. So I am just going to let Nick know I'm recording, and I'll come back and I'll get ready to put all this together. Back in a sec. Okay, then I'm back. I just quickly showed Nicholas how the drum thing works, and I'm ready to go making the second one. So I've got my first up, we'll start off with the autonomous activators, so I'm going to go with the next one here. So there, and one there, and also we need a matching terrain smasher for each one. There and there. Now I suppose I should do one at a time to make it easier. So let's grab half the bits out of here. Leave them other bits for now. So behind we want a ME interface, because obviously it has to interface with the ME network. And on the ME interface we have a translocator, and one on the side of this guy with a diamond nugget to make it a regulator. Now I'll keep them the same, so the back one is going to be full ones. So let's grab a full mob essence barrel out of here. Mob. I've only got 2 left, okay. I actually just started recording and I stopped again because my mic was in the way. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. No, I told you about the ignore me. I thought I'd cut out the bit where I changed the level limiter, but no, that's still in, I think. So what I want in here is I want to say, please keep one in here. It's not connected to ME network yet, so that won't do anything just yet. And I want to regulate that there, so it keeps one full one in here. This is always turned on, so this will always try and put a barrel down whenever it can. And I'm going to want a liquid transfer node under there, which I've not got. No, are they in here? Yes. Liquid transfer node. So that is going to go under here, and this is going to take mob essence out of the drums. So can I wrench that round? No, I actually need to place that facing upwards. So let's, for a minute, put a temporary... Oh, where'd you go? Where'd that go? Damn it. Oh, the thing broke it. Of course it did. Silly me. So, put a temporary one of them there. Let's go back up and grab that iron block. That should be in the terrain smasher. So, let's break that. And there should be an iron block in there. I'm not sure how we can get him out. I don't know how we can get him out. We can connect this up like we're going to anyway. So that connects to there. We want the side of this to be the output, not the back. So that's now connected, and then we want to wrench that to be like so. And there we go, there's our block of iron that got trapped in the terrain smasher. We want to set this to, well, we're in here, set this to high, and we want to put our red ally wire on the top there, and then above this we want to put our structure pipe and our gate, and this one is mob essence out in it. So let's grab our label just to keep track of it for myself. This is more than anything else. So why you not let me write on there? Mob essence out. Got the same how I've done it there. Yep. Mob essence out. So this wants to be the same as that one. So it wants to be when tank's empty, swap. So I actually need to put a tank in there for that to register. So don't start putting fuel in there just yet because I want this to stay a full tank. That's okay. So that's going to start draining fuel out into that. Look, that's filling up with 8 buckets of my essence. So this wants to be tank empty, redstone signal. So that'll get rid of that. Put the empty back into the ME network. Put a fresh full one in. This wants that disabling. And that's one side of it done. Wonderful. So that's the fuel outside. Now the fuel inside will be slightly different because the fuel in... Oh no, we haven't quite finished. Fuel out, we also want that guy. I'll take that off there. Has that got anything in it? Yes, that has got fuel in it, so I need to drain that out at some point. So if I eventually expand my ME network downstairs, then I will be changing these ender tanks for more P2P things. But as it is at the minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect that there. So now the mob essence, when it gets used downstairs in the auto grinders along this side, in the auto what they're called, auto spawners, then it'll get. This is the fuel tank that does that. This is light grey, normal green. So this will get refilled by the barrel above it. So that's that side fully done now. And now this other side will be slightly different in the fact that it doesn't need a transfer node because this ender tank can output itself. So this is just going to have the barrel right there set to output. So I say I've changed the front of that to output. So this is going to be the side that does things slightly different. So let's grab the rest of the stuff out of the chest. So I guess I should do this bit first. Let's change that and that to high. There we go. And then let's get all the rest of this stuff. We need all of this. And get rid of that as well. So our partly full barrel goes here. Yep. Heavy interface behind. And then same again with them guys and regulator, and of course, oops, this is the side that wants empty barrels. Yeah, so let's grab an empty one. Thank you. So this is going to be export one empty drum, regulate one empty drum, which will keep placing empties whenever the full one gets taken. This wants to be exactly the same as the other one. Oops. With that set to like that. And then this one wants to be full. Tank full, redstone signal. Let's double check that. Tank full, yep. And then put our red ally wire on there. And then put our label on the front. Mob essence in. Cool. And then we want to do a little bit of work downstairs now. So the first thing I need to do is connect these up to the ME network. So the ME network just going to run a bit further around like so. And that's a boo-boo, isn't it? Yes, I have to have that somewhere else, because that's where my main network wants to go, so I have to put that there actually, underneath the autonomous activator. So we'll put that there. And then this should connect up, and now there will be a empty, there'll be a full barrel sat in there now. There should be. Can we click that from here? There isn't one yet. Wonder why that it's not working then. Double check that when we go upstairs. We'll connect up over here. Oops. Did not mean to do that. So that wants to go to there. Wonderful. And then this one, like the other one, we actually want a ME level emitter onto that, and we want to say 20 mob essence barrels. So I need to grab a full mob essence barrel again. 20 mob essence barrels, and then if there's 20 in the system, that'll turn on, so I'll stop putting fresh barrels down. So there we go, all done, I believe. Right, let me just check in here. Mob, so there's no mob essence drums in there. Fire block. Yeah, there's oil, creosote, honey. I'll get rid of them oil ones, I'll turn them into fuel actually. I don't know why I bothered making them. So we should have one there, and we should have one in there, which we haven't. So look, like there's one sat in there, like a fuel one. Unless we're down to our last one. Oh, maybe yeah, of course we are, because there's one there, isn't they? That's right then, yes, we only had 2 left. So there's one of them, and of course that's the other one. So that's the one that's draining mob essence now. Well, it would be if the auto spawns would turn on. And this one is filling up from the auto farm on that side. So there we go, that's all it takes. So this space here, we've actually got room. Let's waste a little bit of fuel there by bricking that, never mind. We have got room for another set of liquids here, and then another 3 here, so we can have 6. Yeah, could have actually gone more if I'd have moved it back on, couldn't I? We've got room for another 6 liquids to have this drum system going here, so I might fill drums full of lava just for the sake of it, and some other stuff. But, DNA, we probably won't get that much DNA to be honest. Honey, yeah, I could certainly fill up more than that. There we go, and there's a little system. Right, it's going to be a bit of a short episode today. That's all I'm going to do with this one. I am going to go and play a beta that I don't know if I'm allowed to say I'm playing, but it's the Elder Scrolls, don't tell no one. So I'm going to go play that. So sorry for the short episode. I hope this was entertaining. A nice little system, I quite like it. That should all work perfect, I think. I'm going to keep an eye on this for a bit, make sure nothing goes like boom. I think that's working pretty nice. And we've actually got more in here, so these are growing. So that's all good. All good. Wonderful. Right then, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching as always, and I hope to see you next time. Cheers. Bye.